Hey everybody, BionicDance here. So, not too long ago, the user Anubis-Date675309 or whatever the fuck his name is, Anubis2814, that's it. I can never remember those 4 digits. I don't know why. But yeah, Anubis2814 asked people if they were suffering from what he called Dillahunty Syndrome. For those of you who don't know what that is, I believe Anubis made it up actually, but Matt Dillahunty from the Atheist Experience says that sometimes he just gets so sick and tired of people asking the same questions over and over. He's answered them 1,000 times from other callers on the Atheist Experience, and it's just like he gets burned out, you know, answering the questions of like faith and all this stuff, where it's just like, you people should know this by now, even though it's a new user, or a new caller rather, even though it's someone new, and he hasn't answered this question from them yet, and it might be they never saw the episodes of the Atheist Experience where he answered it from someone else. They're asking the same thing. After a while, he just gets burned out and starts getting really, really short with people, you know, hanging up on them and shit, because it's like, you people should know this by now, you know? And so Anubis2814 was asking if people, like on YouTube, are suffering from that. And at first I thought, no, not so much. Yeah, I'm kind of burning out a bit, but it's not from people asking the same questions. And what I've come to realize is that it's more a matter of people who just don't get it after you've explained it. Like if you've been explaining something and explaining something and explaining something, and there just seems to be this block in their brain that will not allow them to make the connections that your explanation is trying to make, where it's like they just don't see it, and nothing you say seems to get through to them. Nothing you say makes them go, oh, that's what I was getting wrong. Okay, got it. And it's not even like I'm trying to prove my point to them. We're just establishing the parameters of the discussion. For example, on Facebook, I was just having this discussion with somebody. I'm not going to say his name because that would just be mean and, you know, causing drama and shit. But discussion with somebody about objective morality and why it cannot exist. And he just seemed unable to understand what objective and subjective we're talking about. He didn't seem to understand that subjective is biased, is perspective, is personal, and objective is unbiased, and how it's absolutely impossible to have an objective morality because morality is always perspective-based. It cannot be not perspective-based. And he kept trying to find ways to say, like, well, your brain is an object, your brain generates morality, therefore morality is objective. Like somehow the word object, being in objective, kept throwing him off or something. And no matter how many times I tried to explain, no, you're getting it wrong, that's not what objective and subjective mean, that's not what they refer to, no matter how many times I said it, no matter how many ways I said it, somehow it just seemed like he was going, well, that can't possibly be the right answer. What I'm hearing cannot possibly be. It doesn't fit into my preconceived notion, so I'm going to run away from that as hard as I can to not understand what objective and subjective mean. And it's just, after, you know, the 6th or 7th iteration of, no, you're getting it wrong, that's not what those mean, and we're not talking on the same level, we're not even having a discussion about the same thing, because you just can't seem to understand this simple concept of what objective and subjective mean, biased and unbiased, perspective and not. He just could not get that through his head, and after a while, it's just like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of dealing with you. Fuck off. I've had enough of you, and you're being a brick wall. You know, and in that way, yes, I suppose maybe I have Dillahunty Syndrome, but it's not from different people asking the same basic questions that honestly I've answered a million times before. It's not like that. It's dealing with one person who just can't get it, and then dealing with another person who just can't get it, and nothing you say seems to get through, and make them understand that no, they're getting it fucking wrong, you know? And that just, after a while, it gets to the point where it's like, why am I even doing this? Why am I even bothering talking to this person? Because it's obvious that they're just not gonna get it. And don't even get me started on the conversations on Facebook about fucking gun control, because it just seemed like everyone was going, well, that's what's important to you, well, here's what's important to me, and you know, never the twain shall meet, and we're never gonna understand each other because obviously our priorities are so different that we can't even talk about the issue. And it's just like, you know. And so, I mean, it's just, that's part of why I'm burning out, I think. Because I just can't keep having those conversations where, you know, we're trying to argue the issue without even defining our terms first. And when we try to define our terms, somehow it just, there's like this block where someone insists that a word has to mean this. And it's like, well, no, it doesn't fucking mean that. And here's dictionary definitions, here's other people telling you what it means, and it just doesn't get through to them. I mean, what are you supposed to do, huh? What are you supposed to do after that? How do you deal with someone like that? Because I want them to get it. I want them to understand. I want to be able to have this conversation with them. Even if their opinion differs from mine, that's fine. But at least get the terminology correct. At least understand what we're talking about before you try to argue your point. If someone says, no, that's not what that word means, or if someone says, you're not understanding what the point is, that you're arguing against something I'm not even saying because you're not getting the terminology correct. It's like, you know? It's like that. So, anyway, this is BionicDance saying, get it the fuck right, people. Just saying. Please take the time to rate this video. And hey, if you dig what I do, subscribe. And please visit my Zazzle store, where you'll find all kinds of BionicDance merchandise. And hey, if you hit that thumbs up over there, and then pray really, really hard, you might just get your own spaceship. Think about it.